Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I don't
man?
have a scary story, man.
I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll come
Brandon.
after your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot
But
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
Ten, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top for you.
Hey! All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is November the 1st, 2021. Can you believe it? It is the 1st of November? I can't believe it. Honest to goodness, I really can't. What a show we have for you tonight. Hope you had a good Halloween. Sorry we couldn't do the show last night, but you know, when I said I was gonna do the what do you call it? The Ouija board show? I was gonna do a Ouija board. When I got done with that show, I started getting sick. Like immediately. Now, I know in my mind I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I can't believe I said it. I swore I'd never use the Ouija board. That wasn't on my mind. I said it, but it's not like I ended the show and said, oh, I can't believe I just said I'm going to do it. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Ouija board. Didn't mean anything by it. I'll be nice. None of that. I'm done with the show. I got a life to live. You know? I start getting sick like within an hour. I'm like, I'm not really that hungry. And I start feeling weird. And then 4 hours after that, done. All day Sunday, couldn't move, didn't eat. All day. I don't know what it is, but then I said late last night, I said, look, I looked right at the Ouija board. I said, I didn't do it, all right? So can you end this? Can I start feeling better? Within an hour, I ate. Started feeling better. Not 100%. I slept. I mean, I don't know what to say about all that. That's got to be subconscious, right? It's got to be subconscious. It's it can't work. There's no such thing as a devil Ouija board. No, not buying it. I refuse to believe it, yet the evidence is so abundant, especially with me. You know, going to the doctors and all that a couple of years ago. And then I swore off the Ouija board, never disrespected it again. But, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to get rid of it now. I think I want to get rid of it. I know it's silly, right? But I'm going to have to go online and figure out a way to bury that thing somewhere or what. Well, anyway, here we are. We were supposed to do it last night. We're going to do it tonight. It is the Gypsy Jewelers Major Goof-On Giveaway. Yeah. Thanks, ladies. To all my children, all my Goofonians. $5 gets you one entry. Every $5 after that gets you one other entry. So if you gave $10 to the cause, you get two. Your name gets entered twice. $20 4 times and so on. I keep track of all of them here. So if I miss it, don't worry about it. I'll pull it up on my tracker that YouTube gives us for super chats and super stickers. You could also, excuse me, use PayPal or Cash App. And let's see, what is it? Just after the start of the hour. We'll do it at 10:30 Eastern, so an hour and 24 minutes from now. We'll do the giveaway. And we'll see who wins. This one, let me bring it up and show you what we got for you. I got to tell you, Gypsy Jewelers, Tina Mobley went out of her way this time. I mean, let me show you each one. It's a bag of goodies. All right? Let me read what she told me to say here. What is it? It is, dun 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 dun, one lucky winner takes all. Organza drawstring gift bag with one glow-in-the-dark Goof-On Organite pop socket. And that's one of, whoops, I got it on my screen here. Hold on, let me move it over. And we got one glow-in-the-dark Goof-On Organite pendant with selenite crystals, amzonite, pink and green tourmaline crystals, and peridot. Is it peridot or peridot? I don't know. And then one mixed agate and hematite planet bracelet, 7 inches unstretched, will fit 8 to 6 inch wrist. There's the glow in the dark. Let me see. I don't know if this is a picture. And there's that. Pretty cool stuff, man. One winner take all. So what I'm going to have to do at the bottom of next hour, I mean, I'll shout them out as they come in, the super chats and whatnot. But I'll go over them all. Oh, God, I didn't. Did I? I did share the screen. So we've got Dorothy Hawkins with the $5 entry and a continuing supporter of Goof-On. Tonight I may not do the pictures with falling money and everything because I've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Not only, Mr. Bridges, more chicken soup for me, I think, right? That's a $10 soup giveaway. Super, Mr. William Bridges, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'll make up all the names and everything. It'll take me about 5 minutes to get everybody's name in the bucket, but I'll do it all in the bottom of next hour. We'll go through the pictures one more time. There's the bag. Beautiful bag too, right? There's the goods. Got some more goods there, right? We can zoom in on that. There you go. And we got that. And what else we got here? This. That's cool. I really like that one. I like it a lot. Nice nails. See, good for you. You know everybody looks at that stuff, right? And that's cool. We'll zoom in on that. It's good stuff, man. Look how cool he looks. I'm gonna come out. I want to believe. I want to believe in music. Where is the glow-in-the-dark one? Well, you know, you saw it before. Hey! My reading glasses. Oh man, I don't need them every day, which is the weird thing, you know? I don't know. It's this, it's the, what do you call it? The diabetes. I don't know. Some days I can see perfectly. Like I can always see good, you know, more than 2 feet away. Perfect. I passed the driver's test easily when I had to go to Florida. Not a problem. I squinted a little. I cheated, yeah, but I still passed. But yeah, I'm having a hard time with things close, especially when I'm tired. So we got a few entries already. William Bridges and Dorothy Hawkins. Let me close all the... Oh, there was the... there it goes. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you. There's the... you know, that's part of the thing that lights up when it goes in the dock. It's good in case you're coming home and you need to see your way around things. It doesn't light up that much. Sounded good. We are also going to talk about what John Greenwald did from the Black Vault. He laid it all out there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but what AATIP and ASAP, why they were different, and he explains it really well. I'm just going to play like minute clips, and then we'll talk for a minute, and then we'll move on. Also, top 10 things overheard during an alien abduction. Thought we'd throw a little comedy into the show tonight. I don't know how funny that'll be, but of course I'm stealing that from David Letterman and everybody else who has a top 10. This is one that I thought would be funny to go over. So we've got all the notes. Yep. Got 3 pages of notes tonight. Oh, by the way, there's a new movie coming out. Oh, what? Oh, hey. Andy Gambino with a 5. Hey, Rich, I'm still awake making music. Take a break to listen to your good self. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. Hold on. Didn't you make... You're the one who made me music, right? For the show? Right? Unbelievable. I really, really enjoyed it. I believe Andy Gambino made 2 songs for me. There's one right here called Let's Do This. Right? Isn't this yours? This is yours. I get so many emails, man. I am trying to catch up with everybody. I am, and I didn't do anything on Sunday. But where is yours? Where's your email? I thought I just sent you a very nice... Yeah, there it is. No. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Is it you who made the music? I want to die right now. Honestly. Why can't I find it? I left your email open. Forget it. Just forget it. We're getting people. Thanks, Andy. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What do we got to do? Somebody else left some... Mike Johnson in the house. Oh, Andy, thank you very much. This goes out to you for that. Here's the song that was made. It's pretty good. Here we go. This will be... I don't know if I'm going to make this the intro, part of a video, but it's going to be used. Exactly what I need. Just keep making that stuff, man. Good job. I like it. There's so many songs out there. I need new ones all the time. Mike Johnson. Thanks, Andy Gambino, 5-pounder. Mucho gusto generoso, continuing supporter. Mike Johnson with a $7. You got a ticket? You got a ticket now. Good for you. And one of these eggs all over every... Let's go quicker than that. That's a long one. Thank you. Mucho gusto, Mike Johnson. Coming at you live here at Goof On tonight, everybody. What the hell, man? You are fact, the awesomeness of awesomeness, my man. Thanks for your time and, well, awesomeness. Who is saying that? Nate Pelletier. Thank you, man. Oh, it's not yours. I can't remember. I can't remember right now. Hey, Robert Morgan, you got a ticket. $5 at Goosh. All over those goodies in the bag. There it goes. Good for you. You got an entry right there. Everything will be tallied at the bottom of next hour. This is one of those shows, kids, where, you know, we're just going with the flow. So don't get upset. You know, things are going to be interrupted tonight a little bit. Got it, Andy? All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't think. It's not Andy's. Yeah, I don't know why I made that mistake. Why I can't. I just emailed the guy, too. I'm a jerk. I can't think. Tic-tac-toe! Rich, do your Nick Dope impression. Nick Dope? For $2.79, I do a Nick Pope impression? Oh, yeah, I do. In a minute. It's hard to do on command. Yeah, Coral Ann. This is for Coral Ann. All right. Thank you, Tic-tac-toe. I will do it in a second. I need to think about it. I need to listen for a second. That's for you. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, El Generoso. Also tonight, we can't avoid what's coming. Do you know what's coming? Yeah, me neither. But we'll figure it out together. Something's coming. We can't avoid it. I worked at the MOD. I can't do it. I'll do it in a little bit later. You'll see. Just hang out for a few minutes. I'll play I have to listen to him. It's not one of my norms. Thank you, Tina Mobley, for the $5 for Coral Ann. Coral Ann, there we go. You are now part. Your name has been thrown into the hat, to the bucket, to the thing. All right, there we go. Can I take this? Thank you. Thank you, Tina Mobley, for Coral Ann. Threxbox, a continuing supporter, by the way. $5. What is my ticket? Where is my ticket? I got your ticket. I put them all in a hat. And you see me pick it out. It won't be this hat because I don't like that hat, but it'll be a better one. And I still have some of last week's or last month's names floating around. Yeah, here's some. I don't know why these are still here. Patrick Sheehan. Yeah, there's one right there. I know it didn't show up. Anyway, your name will be thrown into the mix because you have a chance to win this tonight. We're doing the giveaway. All of that. One winner. $5 entry. And here's the deal. For those of you who are outside of the United States, if you win, we will ship it to you, but we ask that you pay for half the shipping because it's like $20 to ship anywhere out of the U.S. anywhere. You know, it's minimum 20. You know, we'll pay for the other half. I'm just letting you know. But inside the U.S., it's free shipping. Capiche? Free shipping inside the U.S. Just has to be that way. I mean, you know what I mean? Friggin', it was expensive. $30 one time to ship somewhere. I don't know where it was. $27? It's crazy just to ship one of those little things. It did make sense, but you know, it's basically you're helping Goof On, you're helping Tina Mobley, Gypsy Jewelers, and you're getting really cool Goof On jewelry as well. So you're supporting the show and people that help the show out. So It really goes to a good cause. Me! Come on. Who's going to paint it any other way? It's true. No, we want it. Look, I don't sell t-shirts yet, hats yet. Remember when I bought them last year? I still have a few of those t-shirts, which I'm still going to send to the people I said I'd send them to. But I feel embarrassed by them because when I got them, I paid for them up front, and they were hard. The t-shirts weren't, I wouldn't wear it, so why would I expect you to wear it? I was so pissed. And they made a mistake and actually had to reprint them up. Oh, man, what a mess. But I just don't do, I don't know, people, if you want, I may try it. I may go on to Teespring, and you pay as you go. So, you know what I mean? You pay for the shirt, I put the price out there, and then I get my cut, they get their cut, and you get the shirt. We may do that, because that's what everybody else is doing that has a real show. Samantha Morris, just for the road trip fund. All right. That's mucho generoso, by the way. But your name will also, do you want your name to go in? Because I'll put it in. If not, let me know. But that should be automatically going in there. Samantha Morris, a continuing supporter of GoofOn with a road trip fund. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You can help support GoofOn the other ways too, PayPal, Cash App, become a patron, and all that stuff. So thank you very much, everybody. This is one of those shows where I sound like this. I can't help it. I don't mean to. You know what I mean? It's just the facts are right there. Anyway, very good stuff where Tina made, given away. It's beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. Everybody likes the stuff they get. I liked it. I bought something for my mom. Yeah, I'm glad she still had it. I've bought my mom stuff before, and I'm looking, I go over her house, and I'm like, all right, where is that spice rack I've... I guess she gave it away. No, but she kept it. She liked it. My mom used to make jewelry, just like this. Yep, used to be in Costco for years. Yeah, pretty wild stuff. Quick roll call tonight. B. Baker's in the house. Welcome to the show. Walt Corbin, welcome to the show. Caleb Benjamin, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Nate Pelletier, welcome to the show. Den Bub, welcome to the show. Tina Mobes, welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful Flores, welcome to the show. Underscore Red Storm underscore 1. Wait, Red Storm 1, welcome to the show. Hey, Galvino, welcome to the show. Don Halbert, welcome to the show. Al Warrior, welcome to the show. Bethany Cohn, welcome to the show. Yeah, I almost messed that up. B. Baker's in the house. 2 B's are better than 1. B. Baker's in the house. Welcome to the show. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Joe, welcome to the show. Black Lotus Productions, you want a GoofOn hat? See, I'm going to have to. Welcome to the show. 20 seconds. Samir Mo, welcome to the show. Paul Fahey, welcome to the show. Shadi Panoran, welcome to the show. Gobstopper, welcome to the show there. Jeremy Sorrells, welcome to the show. 10 seconds. Shane Rodriguez, what's up, sir? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. In 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get going. I got a whole show packed up tonight. Caleb Benjamin, Jill Tate, welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome to the show. That's it. We are all caught up with welcomes. Man, this is weird today. F Graph, what's up? Welcome to the show. Just a strange, out-of-body experience happening again right now. But I got to tell you, I don't know, man, if I believe in the Ouija board, but I can't deny that there have been too many coincidences. Bad, nothing good. I don't know what I did. I mean, if I whipped out a book and used it like a Ouija board, and put my hands on it, and, hey, can you tell me if you're here with me? Now, am I automatically putting energy into that book to make it a beacon to all other... You know what I mean? Is that a calling card that I'm putting out there with the book? Can you use any item to make it a calling card for... Come on, really? Do you believe in that? I don't know what to believe, but all I know is I've had weird experiences 3 times. And I gotta get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it. It's throwing away good money. I gotta get rid of this thing, though. Too many tabs open. So I watched this... let me pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to go there now. I'm going to pull it up. It was a movie that's coming out called The Observers. Have you heard of this thing? It's a Jimmy Church production, I think. Not kidding. Yeah. 1091 product. Oh, God, I can't stand when they do this. You type in 1091 Productions and it doesn't give you what you want. So I have to go to a trailer to open up the actual 1091. It's so dumb. There's this movie that's coming out called The Observers. I don't know if you heard of it. I'm going to play the trailer. And I don't know. This will probably... I think you get dinged if you play this thing. You know what I mean by that? Like they hit you with a copyright claim. I don't care. Tonight. This is it. This is the trailer. I'm not going to play the whole thing. That's the problem.
The Pentagon now confirms the existence of a secretive UFO program tasked with investigating reports of unidentified flying objects.
The U.S. government may have physical evidence of, and we're quoting, off-world vehicles.
Come on! This is the first time I'm watching this, I think. I don't remember seeing this. This is exactly... I mean, this is everything that's already happened. I don't see why anybody would want to watch this. It's just a reboot of everything we saw over the last couple of years. Already, you can tell, 19 seconds in. You got to see this. Linda Moulton Howdy Doody Fruity's in here. Watch. Sorry. Look at that setup.
In the 17 intel agencies, over who tells that we're not alone in this universe. We have never been alone in this universe.
The man who spent 10 years working on the government's secret study of UFOs.
I was initially brought in to set up a counterintelligence and...
Like, what are you going to watch this for? We already know it all. Hey, look, I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying, why watch it? And I'm tired of watching these documentaries that come out and they don't show you anything new. Because they filmed it 6 months ago, and now it won't even be out till February. See, that's what's different about the Cousins brothers. I know some of you think very controversially of them, and you should because they are controversial, which isn't a bad thing in this field. Everybody is. But they just got done with this documentary, Above Top Secret, which will be out in February. But this doesn't even hold a candle to that. Look, I'm not joking when I say this, but that Above Top Secret's going to blow your face off. Seriously, you never heard this stuff before. When I was listening to it, because, I get that kind of action with Third Phase of Moon, I get to see stuff. I was sitting there like this. And it ended, right? I get to see little snippets as they edit it and stuff. And I'm like, that went by so fast. Can I watch it again? I'm like, that was unreal. And you've never seen Greer this way. What you're going to see when that comes out this is just made for YouTube as far as I'm concerned.
Security mechanism. It was there that I learned that the true focus of AATIP was study unidentified aerial phenomena.
We're talking about that tonight. You don't need to see the movie. Well, they got Whitley Strieber in it. He's talking about what would happen if alien abductions were thrown in. What would they do? How would they react? Oh, God. That's why they don't talk to the alien abductees. Lou Elizondo, AATIP, AAWSAP, all that stuff. All they care about is the military. Why? Because it's a disinfo campaign because of Russia and their hypersonic technology. I'm telling you. I don't see anything. Here. Here's Mr. Potato Head over here.
The government is very...
And why? Are you ready to know the truth? I'm going to tell more truth tonight than you'll ever see in this movie.
The government is very aware something is happening. It's not in their control.
Look at this. They got laser. They got that laser pointer action going on. They wind up on their legs and their face. And, you know, Nick Pope isn't on here, but Richard Dolan is. And he's got a booger in his nose. A booger is in his nose. Jesse Ventura's in this. You know how he used to shave his head? He's got 8 strands that stick straight up. I'm being very picky because, I consider myself an editor. I do. I really do. But Dolan's got a booger in his left nostril, and it's so annoying the whole movie. This is just... Look, hey, man, you want to watch it? You watch it. This nice lady comes on, Deborah Cable, or whatever her name is. She talks about her abduction experience, and it's pretty cool, actually. She seems like a nice lady, but
it hurts and I'm mad.
There's every indication that this is some kind of an approach to mankind and this planet from some other intelligent entity that is not human.
The fight for UFO disclosure is now in your hands. Anyway, it might not be bad to watch, but I'm not paying for it. Absolutely not. I will not pay for that. But I don't, it's called The Observers. Oh, by the way, the Cousins brothers have their own, another movie coming out next week called The Men in, Who Saw the Men in Black by 1091 Productions.
Well, the Men in Black is a concept that's been in the UFO
By the way, no boogers in this documentary.
Field since really the beginning of the UFO field, essentially.
What is the true mission of the Men in Black? Is it the suppression of information regarding UFOs and extraterrestrials?
Albert K. Binder founded the...
By the way, the Cousins brothers did not make this trailer. Usually they do. I forget who did it. I think, I can't remember his name. Some other guy who worked on the movie with them. Darcy Weir. You might as well just taken a clip from the movie and just put it in as the trailer. Trailer's got to be boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Come on.
The International Flying
It's a good movie, though. I have to admit, the movie's going to be awesome.
Saucer Bureau in 1952 during the big UFO flap. Now, these figures were very dark in nature. They were wearing hats, almost like a fedora style, and they had glowing eyes.
Yeah, it all seems pretty horrible, especially if they threaten you or threaten your family, and you're not sure if they're from another planet or not.
What Jacobs said in the aftermath of that was that he was subject to a range of harassment type of activities. Some of these things would include threatening phone calls at all times of the day, and even to vandalism against his property damage.
There is no more exciting story that I could write or Aviation Week could publish
and to say, at last, we've come across one UFO report that cannot be explained in prosaic terms. Maybe this is an alien spaceship. Biggest story of all time.
Of these objects, and that's why the response could be as fast as it was to Westall. That's why the military could get there as quickly as they did that day, because there was some, if you like, forewarning in the suburb of Baldwin, about 20 kilometers from where.
You know, I know it could be the same old Men in Black stories, like how many new ones are there? But let me tell you why this is going to be good. It is good. It's a really good movie, actually, because it's different than all the other Men in Black movies. But we're not talking about Lou Elizondo again. You know what I mean? At least they're doing something else. I mean, Jesus, Mary, and Christo. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Anyway.
Anybody see Richie?
Whoa! Holy mackerel.
Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
I didn't do Bobby Lupo, though. Why does he keep saying that? Oh, shit, he's back. Shh.
Anybody seen Richie?
Still looking for him.
Huh? I'm gonna keep coming back till somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Why did he bring up Bobby Lupo that time? That's not cool at all. Don't forget, we're having the giveaway tonight if you want to put your name in the hat to win the Gypsy Jewelry bag of goodies. It's $5. If you're outside of the U.S., you got to pay for half the shipping. If you're in the U.S. and you win, free shipping. But we are doing that in an hour, roughly. Can we get that out of there? Thank you so much. This is what you're playing for if you decide to do the $5. Your name will be put in a hat. Every $5 gets you another entry. So that's it. Glows in the dark, all that stuff. What else we got? There. That little guy right there. You understand? Pretty cool. It's a goof on. Come on. Look, they glow in the dark. Forget about it. It's kind of cool. Right? No? You don't think so? I love it. It's so cool. Hey, you just hang it up and every night you think of me. That's all. That's all I want. It could be a nice gift for Christmas. We're going to do one more next month if it's okay with Tina. Next month, because it'll be, we'll do it at December 1st. I'm going to throw something in there as well. That'll be a Wednesday show. So December 1st, I'll be throwing in some goodies as well. But it'll be cool. Yes. 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 It is almost Thanksgiving. And what better way to start your holiday season with a goof on something or another in your home, around your neck, on your wrist. You know what I mean? Capiche? I'll probably do a coffee cups. Coffee cups. Yeah, gonna have a coffee cup thing come up. B. Baker just gave me a great idea. The coffee cup. UFO Twitter. UFO Twitter tears. Goof on. Something like that. Yeah. Coming up in a little bit. We may go a little long tonight. I don't know. Because I do want to go over everything that I have here. And I got a lot. Should we do the top 10? Wow, we got to have music for the top 10. Let's do the top 10 things overheard during an alien abduction. Is that another $5 entry I see hanging around? Marvindale Likens Jr. Oh, just throwing it out there. Doesn't give a no thumbnail. No message. No sticker. Just straight up throwing it out. You know what? Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso, Marvindale Likens Jr., a continuing supporter of Goofana. Very nice. That's another entry that goes into the hat. Mucho gusto generoso. Goofon merch. I tell you what. You can't play the Benny Hill theme song. Do you know how much I love that song? You know, I love that stuff, man. And then at the end of the show, he's running around. People are chasing him. He's hitting the old man in the head. All right, let's play. What are we doing? Oh, the top 10. Yeah, let's get some creepy music going here for this one. Here we go. This is creepy. No? Should we do drum rolls? No, this one. Nah, I don't like this one. Let's try this one. What's going on? This is all right. All right. All right. Top 10 things overheard during an alien abduction. Goof on blunt wraps is nice. All right. Top 10 things overheard during an alien abduction. Number 10. Am I dreaming or is that Elvis? Number 9. Why does it smell like fish in here? Number 8. This alien has very cold fingers. That is known to happen. That has been known to. Number 7. Are you using the whole fist? Doc? Oh. Number 6. Domo arigato. Domo arigato! Number 5. The Earth is oblate. Oh, because they get taken out. Yeah. Number 4. Hey, Whitley, is that Travis's clone? Travis Walton. Stupid. Number 3. Is that getting louder? Number 3. This will make a great movie. That happens. Number 2. Can I try the anal probes again? What? Well, who said that? And the number 1 thing overheard during an alien abduction? Meatballs! And that's that, everybody. The top 10 things overheard. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. AL Warrior with a $5. Hey, saludos, hey, Richie. Horale, home. Orale, horale. Orale, ese. Mucho gusto, generoso, fefe. Cofefe. I don't know what I'm saying, AL Warrior, but grazie, mucho gusto, generoso. 2, 3. Nick Pope just walked in here. I'm Nick Pope. I worked at the MOD for 25 years. No, you didn't. 25 years ago, I worked at the MOD organizing things for UAP sightings. See, it's not that easy. I'm off today. Can't do it. I tried. Mucho gusto, AL Warrior. Nice. Thank you very much. Mucho. Nick Dope. Dick Nope. Yeah. I worked at the MOD. Tucker, in 1985, when I was 40 and my hair was a little bit lower, I used to work at the MOD with the SOD at our Pentagon. It's stupid. I can't. All right, let's move on. Where are we? Hey. Yeah. What's that? I feel something. I do feel it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Ugh. Takes your breath away when they do that to me. You know?
But eyewitness descriptions of the dog man. One of the issues with these types of stories is the lack of evidence to back them up. But now another photograph is making its way online allegedly showing the dog man cryptid. It's hard to track down its origin, but the image was first seen on various groups on Facebook. The story goes that one night someone was looking through their trail camera that was pointed towards their garden. After a while they could see something moving in the bushes towards the left side of the screen. Brushing it off as everyday wildlife, they didn't bother to look closer, as seeing nature in their back garden wasn't uncommon. However, after a few minutes the individual noticed that whatever this thing was taking up a lot of room. The animal soon left the scene, leaving the person confused with what they'd just seen. They then decided to download the video and brighten it on their computer. It was only after doing this that they discovered a large dog-like creature had been there the whole time, looking towards the house where the person had been watching their camera.
Show us!
Those who have seen the image have said it's one of the best pieces of evidence of the dogman creature.
Come on. Show
As
us.
of today, there's been various people who have come forward with their encounters with this mysterious beast.
That's the best evidence?
One person said the following about their encounter. I'm going to tell you a story of mine that I rarely tell. My own family don't even know about this. And while that may sound strange to you, trust me, it makes sense to tell internet strangers than people I'm forced to be around. This story has been told on YouTube before, but I want to clear up some confusion around it.
Alright, not interested. That's Papago Park, Arizona. Not interested. I thought maybe I could throw something in there that would, be interesting. Alright, what else do I got here? So if you see this behind me, this is the Pentridge UFO sighting, I believe. Or Pentridge? Is that how you say it? South Wales? But I thought that was the Betty Cash Lundrum case. That happened around the same time, right? Or no? Well, that Pentridge UFO incident is unbelievable. The lady's name was Kaz Clark with her encounter from February 2016. So that's, it's very similar. It occurred in the village of Pentridge, South Wales. Kaz and her neighbor witnessed a huge pyramid UFO that jettisoned a small green craft. They were also approached by, check it out, two smaller barrel-shaped craft, that came within 20 feet of them. One stopped approximately 20 feet and remained sentry, and the other came over to the top of them and scanned them both. Changed color before they flew away in different directions, completely silent. The military gave chase to one of the jettisoned craft and shot it down. The same day later, the same morning, Kaz found the crash site and filmed it. After a few days, the military came and camped in the fields where the incident happened. They gave two fake cover stories as to who they were and what they were doing, but via Freedom of Information requests, it has been established they were military.
That jettisoned a smaller green craft. They were also approached
the tape recorder ready in time, while only spending about 2 minutes max inside, hoping to see more of the UFO. I went back outside to find it was gone. It was a metallic triangle. The edges seemed to be 3D curved and smooth.
Look
with
at this.
No indentions or
This is the actual pictures of the area. The objects, right, a computer-generated image of the pyramid craft and the green orb that... okay, so this is the computer image. Bottom left, right? Picture of one of the red barrels and when it turned green. Right? A computer-generated image of the pyramid craft and the green orb that jettisoned out from the craft. Okay, so that's computer-generated. Bottom left to right, picture of one of the red barrels and when it turned green. This is the actual picture. Wow. That is barrel-shaped. That is cool. Wow, what a sighting, huh? Man, lots of good stuff. This was sent to me from somebody, I know, don't be mad at me because I can't remember. I could have sworn I had it. See, this is bizarre. I don't understand what is happening. Everything's, I think I'm very, Chris sent this to me, I think. I'll just go with that one. Chris, thanks, Chris. Wasn't it? Yeah. It was. Chris, thank you. I think it was. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's her. Anyway, whoever sent that to me, thank you very much. Appreciate it. But what a sighting. What a story. And I thought we were going to hear them talking about it. I didn't know this guy was just going to read from it.
And this, all the Wednesday night then. And it was then really that we started to notice the behavior of this plane. It was very low and it was very slow. And I just remember thinking, if it goes any slower, it's going to fall out of the sky.
Tempo.
After a few hours of this, another plane, almost identical to the first, would turn up and the first plane would leave. And that plane would then continue the same flight pattern. And this, all the Wednesday night then, that's all I could hear. Every 15 minutes, this little propeller plane flying over the top of my house. So on the Thursday then, we'd all decided, we'd written to the Ministry of Defence and nobody had said anything about these planes. Nobody knew anything about them. We wrote to the local mainstream media. They didn't know anything about them. There were no military exercises listed. And it was quite clear that they were watching for something.
That these objects are capable of.
Well, perhaps they're watching for Russian planes. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it was only the week before our RAF had turned away 2 military Russian bombers from our airspace. So we decided that if they were still there later, that we'd go out and watch with them. But I really didn't expect to see what happened. And I'm still in shock and awe of what I witnessed, because I didn't believe in UFOs. I didn't believe in portals or stargates, and if somebody had said that to me then, I would have laughed. It had got to about 2 a.m. in the morning of the 26th of February, and I was just about to go into my house. It was freezing cold, even though we had the fire pit lit, and I was, to be honest, getting just a little bit bored of watching this plane, which by now was flying figure of eights instead of circles. When I heard what I thought was a missile, it was really loud. So I ran back out of my house into my garden as this E3 Sentry plane, an enormous plane, went over the top of my house. And my neighbour exclaimed, "That's an E3 Sentry plane." Well, that meant nothing to me because I'm really not a plane spotter, you know. But it had this huge mushroom thing on its back. And this E3 Sentry started to circle. Now, I have to explain where I live. I live on top of a mountain, and you can see in every direction but north, because that's where the actual peak of the mountain is. And you can see for miles. And this E3 Sentry wasn't doing small circles. It was doing big circles, and it took about 5 minutes to go around once. 7 times the E3 Sentry went around. My neighbour said, well, perhaps it's taxiing for the airport, but the only airport we've got that's big enough to take that plane is Cardiff International, and you wouldn't have a military aircraft there. Well, that's when the first red light became visible high above the trees behind my house. So I shouted for Donna, one of my other neighbours who was watching with us that night. She'd gone into the house to make hot drinks. And behind my house, there's nothing except farmland that ebbs away from you. And ran out to the 5-bar gate that was there. Dave, my neighbour who was with me, had run into the field and I'd pulled him back because I didn't mind watching, but from a safe distance. and with all the military that were around, I was quite scared, to be honest. And the E-3 Sentry started to fly up and turn and back again above us. There were 5 other aircraft. I couldn't tell you what they were at that time, but they were about 5 miles out, flying in a circle all the way around us. And this one red light turned into 3, coming in point first through a black veil. There was no distortion in the air, no big cloud of smoke, no bright lights, nothing like that, just like it was coming through a veil into our world. And those 3 red lights it turned out to be a giant pyramid. This thing was enormous. I mean, so big that when I looked at the bottom, I couldn't see the top from 200 yards away. That's how big. And the leading set of 6 lights on its leading edge as it came in were brighter than the other lights around it. It seemed to have this curved bottom to it. And as it came in point first, it was turning very, very slowly anti-clockwise. And as it did so, it came down in a pendulum motion. And when it was in the upright position, it's fired this green object out the top, like it had been fired out of a cannon, really fast. And it skipped over to my left-hand side and stopped above this thicket of trees. It was really bright. I don't know what shape it was. It was brighter than the moonlight, and we had a full moon that night, and just rocked gently backwards and forwards, almost like it was surveying what was going on around it.
That's unreal. I'll put the link to that show in the description after the show ends, because it's a Spreaker show. But it's the UFO Chronicles podcast. And this is why I will be doing more interviews, because I love these stories and I miss doing interviews. So I'll be getting back into them. Pretty cool stuff. So we still have 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes till we get to the the drawing portion of the show. We will be giving away several items tonight. Well, one big item, but it's all these, and they'll all be put into this nice little bag. So you have a chance to win that with a $5 entry. If you're outside the U.S., you pay for half the shipping. We'll handle the other half. And this here glows in the dark where it says goof on. Nice bracelet for a 6 to 8 inch wrist. And this nice block, I'll read you exactly what it is instead of saying block. I'll read you exactly what it is. See, now here's the... Oh, I see what I did. I see. It is... One lucky winner takes all. It's an organza drawstring gift bag with one glow-in-the-dark goof-on organite. This is a pop socket. Amethyst, turquoise, and peridot, or peridot. I don't know how to say it, I think it's a peridot. Peridolia. And you get one glow-in-the-dark goof-on organite pendant. I think this is that. And then one mixed agate and hematite planet bracelet, 7 inches unstretched. Will fit 6 to 8 inch wrist. All right. So there we go. That's that. And then, we've got the glow in the dark one. Well, they're all, those two, the pendant and the other thing, are glow in the dark. This and this, where it says goof on. That's pretty cool. So that'll be given away. Your name gets put into a hat for every entry equivalent to $5. Let's see. Galvino, goof on. But don't you think these stories are from people who really don't know about military refueling or plane and drone technology and are just jumping to an ET conclusion? But you heard what she described and you saw the pictures of what happened. Does that look like drone technology and refueling? And plus, they don't refuel that low in the sky. Refueling has to be done way up there. I don't know how high, but it has to be above certain. I mean, she's talking about something like this. Okay? I do think some of these stories most of them are misidentifications. And I'm going to say it, some of you will disagree. But I think 99.5% of all sightings have an explanation. 93% will never know the answer to. But I think 99.5% are man-made, and that 0.05% is unknown. And that's a very small number. But if you think about all the stuff that's being reported in our sky, I have a hard time saying skies. I know there's one big sky, but if you're in Cuba and I'm in Hawaii, you could say those are two different skies. I get it. So forgive me if I don't use plural for a big sky that goes around the world. But anyway, yeah, but this story, I don't know. I think this is one of those ones where we just take it for what it is and go from there. Hopefully, what you hope is when you tell your story that there's a corroborating story, that somehow maybe somebody saw your story and will come forward and tell what they saw. That's the whole gist of it. You understand? Man-made equals secret tech we're not supposed to know about yet. Yep. Yeah. Could be 100%. Totally. What is this? Rich, you yourself have? I don't know what that means. Chemtrails? Funny you should bring that up. And then I'm going to get into the AATIP thing from John Greenwald. Funny you should bring up chemtrails. Let me see if it came through today. Of course it didn't. Of course. I took a picture of some chemtrails today. It hasn't loaded up yet to my... see? Why is it... why would that picture show up, but the one I took of the sky not show up? I don't understand this. I hate this world I'm living in. I did a little test with Google, and I want you to hear this. It'll start playing soon. Hey Google, is it gonna rain today?
Yes, today in Brooksville, there's a very high chance of rain from about 9 a.m. until about 8 p.m. day, and about 0.6 where you live. I can give you local weather forecasts, information like your sleep data. You'll need to link your accounts. Look in Google Assistant settings under Wellness.
Can you breathe?
Okay, but to work with personal information like your sleep data, you'll need to link your accounts. Look in Google Assistant settings under Wellness.
Do you fart?
Sure, I'll take the fall for this one. And I'll fart again to clear all doubts.
Do you have a pet?
Maybe someday. What about you? Do you have one?
He's dead.
Can you try saying that again in a different way? I don't understand.
My pet died.
Sorry, I still don't understand. You can send feedback if you want.
You ain't that smart, are you?
I'm working on it.
How old are you?
I've always wanted to do this. How old do you think I am?
6.
Interesting. What makes you think that?
Because you look 6.
Okay, that's quite a guess. Do you want to know how old I actually am?
Yes.
I was launched in 2016, so technically I'm pretty young. but I've learned so much. I hope I'm wise beyond my years.
Do you know how far the deepest galaxy is? That didn't make sense.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Would you like me to save your address?
No. Hey Google, what's the furthest galaxy from Earth?
Something is not working. We can try again later. Meanwhile, feel free to leave me feedback if you like.
What's wrong?
Nothing wrong. Just happy to talk with you.
Why can't you answer my questions?
As far as I know, nothing's wrong. But I could be wrong about that.
How many light years is the furthest galaxy from Earth?
13.4 billion light years. On the website space.com, they say, from previous studies.
Anyway, let's get to John Greenwald from the Black Vault. I asked him if I could use more than just a few minutes of his video, and he didn't get back to me. So I will fair use it. And I will start this off. Now, John Greenwald, as you know, has been in the field for 25 years, since he was 15 or something like that. And he gathers all the, he does FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests on stuff that can be for the public. So anything that was done in our government, we should have access to. So he gets a lot of those documents. I think he has something like 3 million documents somewhere, somehow. But let me pull up his channel so I can play the video, and we will get there. Where is it? Huh. Here we go. John Greenwald was my very first live interview I've ever done. Pretty cool. So I'm going to go to the 12-minute mark. And this part here, he talks about the funding and how things were really mixed up and why they got mixed up. AAWSAP and AATIP. This is interesting, and I know we've talked about this before in the past, but the way John breaks it down is very easy to understand. So here we go.
Came out. And so that's why I say that it will forever change ufology, the study of UFOs, and that's what these two articles were. As we dig deeper and look at the confusion in those questions, I'm going to bring up something that upsets a lot of people. And to be quite frank and blunt, those that do get upset that I bring this up, I don't care. And here's why. It's those minute details, the small details. And that was what AATIP actually stood or stands for in that New York Times article and the Politico article. We were getting two different names for what AATIP was. So in essence, the confusion for those who were paying attention to those small details started on day one. Now, some of you may not think this is a big deal, and this is one of those things that, again, upsets some people that I brought up in the past, but continue to make reference to, because, again, this is what started the snowball of confusion. It was simple as a single word in the letter, in the acronym of aerospace versus aviation. New York Times reported Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Politico Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program.
Why people, you see, this is just bad research, not on John, but by news agencies, Politico Magazine and the New York Times. I mean, they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And why this confusion happened is just based on people not doing their research correctly and accidentally putting aviation instead of aerospace. Capiche? very wild stuff. Just see, that's the Mandela effect. Okay, now you know. That's how the Mandela effect starts, with mistakes like this. Because now you know what's going to happen in 20 years. They're going to say the Mandela effect, they used to call it AATIP, and it used to mean aero or advanced aviation threat, but what used to be advanced aerospace threat. That's what I've been saying for frickin' ever. That's why the Mandela effect goes awry, because people make mistakes, and those mistakes get ingrained in our brains. So John points that out very well. I'm going to jump a little bit here because there's a lot of repetition of stuff. At the 27-minute mark here, he talks about Elizondo's background for about 2 minutes. And Elizondo took over the 22 million for AAWSAP. Well, I'll let him say it. Yeah, and the Unidentified TV show may have gotten it wrong, saying what they said about how Lou was involved with AATIP, AAWSAP, all this stuff. It's really amazing the shitty research that's being done by people who should be really good at doing research. Now, I'm not talking about John. I'm talking about people.
Reporting contradicts that. Now, despite the controversy about the Pentagon saying no, Luis Elizondo had no assigned responsibility on the AATIP program, let's get beyond that and find out when he started. Now, we all know, for those who watched the History Channel special Unidentified, they went over a lot of Elizondo's background, and they said the following. These are 3 screenshots with the official transcript. These were taken, I believe, through my press access to the History Channel, where they allowed us to screen ahead of time. I did not post these until after the show aired, but that's kind of the screen you're seeing. And then since then, I believe you can view this publicly, or at least you did for a while, but anybody can verify this. They said in that show, which Luis Elizondo was instrumental in, the narrator says, in 2009, Elizondo took over the $22 million Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Well, that's entirely wrong across the board based on all of the new details that have emerged. Luis Elizondo, which you'll see in a second, says, well, 2010. The $22 million, according to James Lukatsky, never went to AATIP. So yet again, how did a television show that was working directly with the sources get it wildly wrong? Now, maybe the producers just made a mistake, and sure, we can chalk it up to that. But was there something else? Luis Elizondo.
Like what? What is he implying here? Like it was done on purpose, I wonder? Hey, watch this.
Elizondo, in one of his interviews, said the AAWSAP program, given the resources, $22 million, would never be enough to really follow each and every down each and every rabbit hole to do this conclusively, in my opinion anyways. So it was refocused to AATIP. I took over in 2010. So yet another discrepancy on the timeline. What is going on? All these details, by the way, do mean an awful lot when you're trying to figure out what the right story is. That timeline defines money, where the money came from, who was involved, who was calling the shots, and let's just face it, essentially, who's telling the truth?
John says he doesn't know. He really doesn't know. But if you follow everything, it seems like people are just getting the research wrong, saying the wrong thing, and I know what it is. When I first heard of AATIP, I was like, oh, AATIP, AATIP, AATIP. And then when they said AAWSAP a little later on, I was like, because they both start with 2 A's, AAAA, right? That's why people are silly on this. They get it wrong because their brain is thinking the 2 A's, ASAP, AATIP. See what I did? That's how easy it is. That was a pretty good example right there, right? Just by accident. Let's move a little forward because I think you'll like the next portion. I go to 3333. Harry Reid on what the government knows about UFOs. This guy, I don't trust him either.
SAP status. But years later, he did an interview and a journalist asked him, were you ever briefed on the findings of of the program, and were you staying involved? In the New York Magazine article published in March of 2018, the journalist says, when the program was running, was this something that you would be briefed on frequently? Were you briefed on it ever? Harry Reid said, no, I left everybody alone. Nope. Journalist followed up, you were never briefed? Harry Reid says, that's not my style.
What?
Nope. How is it that you, as a senator, would essentially go and fight for SAP status on something, which, by the way, I cannot find any example outside of this storyline of a sitting U.S. senator getting involved in a program that's already underway, trying to request certain status in this manner. That doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. That's just kind of unorthodox. Once funding goes, senators aren't generally involved in the day-to-day business of DIA or NSA or CIA or
they don't need to be.
DOD or whomever.
They did their
job. So the fact that he was involved shows you that there was something else going on. He had obviously been briefed enough, which, by the way, I don't think I pulled it, but there's a quote about them briefing Harry Reid in the book, I think. So, you know, it shows that what version of his story do you want to believe? Because as time goes on, we're getting more and more information that is simply creating more and more confusion and generating more and more questions.
AAWSAP's nickname, believe it or not, they nicknamed AAWSAP AATIP, which made more confusing conversation. I mean, I think this is an intentional thing to throw everybody off the scent. And, you know, you would think why though? Like, why? Why? Because people made mistakes and they're trying to cover up their mistakes. Those mistakes were saying the wrong thing about where the funding went, who was running AAWSAP, and Lekatsky came out with the book, and that's why John's doing all this, because, man alive, they were running a closed program, basically. Apparently, AAWSAP was closed, but then AATIP was supposedly doing all the work, right? And then they call it the nickname for AAWSAP. What? What? Then there was the sweetheart deal John talks about. This is good.
Some people, but it is something that truly puts all of this into context. Now, for many years, I've talked about the concept.
Anytime you're talking about UFOs, there's going to be a lot of misinformation, disinformation, bad information, accidents that are intentional accidents. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sure, yeah, whatever. You're a professional. I haven't seen you make a mistake in 15 years, but you called AATIP AAWSAP, and now you're saying AATIP's the nickname for AAWSAP when AAWSAP is basically closed down, and Lou Elizondo started in 2008 but took over in 2010. So he was taking care of all the money, but according to Lekatsky, AATIP never had any funding. They never had any public interaction for sightings. That was all AAWSAP. AATIP was all UAPs and government UFO reports and shit like that. It's just wild. And all right, I'm going to play this.
Concept of a sweetheart deal. Now, essentially, in plain English, what I mean by that is the fact that AAWSAP was a creation for Bass to get X amount of dollars in the tunes of tens of millions, if not a lot more. I don't believe that $22 million was supposed to be a cap, but tens of millions of dollars in a program that was catered for Robert Bigelow and Bass. Now, that happens in government and military. So I'm sorry, it just happens, right? It's not something that I like or dislike, but it's the reality of what's going on. But it also puts into proper context what it is that we're actually dealing with and what it is that we're actually talking about. Now, one of the main things on why I get attached to this is a lot of you who are watching this are into UFOs, and you know me as somebody who loves the topic, and I do. I preface a lot of what I do with saying I believe the phenomena is real. I believe it warrants scientific scrutiny. I believe funding should be put forward to look into it, and I fully support
However,
the UAP task force and its mission to try and uncover what all this is. But in the same respect, I am a researcher and an investigator who has dug in for decades through the Freedom of Information Act on information that goes well beyond UFOs. And where I want to bring this up is this is a crossroads for me because I take personal biases, or I try. I'm only...
Okay, so, he just talks about, again, why he's doing this and the reasons behind it and why this is important that we get it right. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. See, that's the whole thing with the field. It really isn't about UFOs or UAPs. Sorry, you may want to think it is, but when it comes down to it, it's all about weaponizing your mind. No, I'm kidding. It's about weaponizing. And I think since 2004, I think China leapfrogged us. Their technology surpassed what we have, what the rest of the world has. Who knows if they're sharing it with Russia? You never know what's going down. I doubt it. But if they did, that would be pretty scary. It just, everything has always got to be down a rabbit hole. Nothing ever is what it seems. And they do this on purpose, people. It's done that way on purpose. Yeah, he gets into Bigelow a lot. I'm going to get on, a little bit of Bigelow here. I don't know about this. It's, all right, we'll play it a little bit.
For me, because that's who I am as a researcher and somebody who looks into these topics and looks at a $22 million dollar sign and whether or not this truly was appropriated properly. And what if that $22 million went to the, let's say Office of Naval Intelligence for the UAP task force or wherever? Could that have been appropriated more properly, where they don't focus on, let's say, cryptozoology stuff and cryptids and dino beavers and some other stuff that...
$22 million really was probably just the payroll for people working there. I'm going to jump forward because we'll be here all night. I just tried to find the things that I found important and that really stick to the topic at hand, even though everything, and I suggest, I'll put the link of this show into the description. It's an hour and a half. John did a great job going through all this stuff. A lot of this you already heard. Some of it you may never have.
Walker Ranch incredibly valuable to bid on a contract like that, saying, hey, if you want to look in the paranormal, we have that the government put the bid solicitation out and that Bass got it because they were the most qualified.
Yep.
At the time, he never said they were the only one. So what are the odds that this bid solicitation, which I'll show you here, called the Advanced Aerospace Weapon System Applications Program, goes out for public bids, and nowhere in that public bid solicitation is Skinwalker Ranch mentioned, or UFOs or paranormal mentioned, which would make Skinwalker Ranch incredibly valuable to bid on a contract like that, saying, hey, if you want to look in the paranormal, we have the prime spot for you, or whatever. None of that was in the public bid solicitation. So what are the odds that out of all of those corporations, LLCs, or whomever is cleared to bid on a contract, the one person that actually bids on it strikes the jackpot?
Yeah.
Because its CEO, Robert Bigelow, has this invested interest in UFOs and paranormal.
What a coincidence! This is amazing. What are the odds that Bigelow bids on this? The only one, and he wins it? You and I could have bid on this. We would have lost. But Jesus, wouldn't it have been nice if we would have had a chance to at least bid on buying that ranch? Nope, but they gave it to the only guy who has the money, the funding, the interest in doing what we would consider really good research in a place that needs really good researchers that are paid well, fed, homed, housed, lived there on the ranch for years.
So we're led to believe that AAWSAP, when it went out, withheld some of those other details from the public bid notice because some have argued they were classified. Others say that they were embarrassed by it. Pick your explanation, doesn't matter. But man, did Robert Bigelow hit the jackpot when he just got lucky and was the only bidder that allowed him to do paranormal funhouse research. Or was he tipped off? Now, let's face it, he was tipped off. You can't get around that.
I like that. John goes, or was he tipped off? All right, let's face it, he was tipped off. Beautiful.
If we want to believe otherwise, that's fine. But there's no way that a DIA scientist a year prior to this contract being awarded calls Robert Bigelow, wants to go to Skinwalker Ranch, has a paranormal experience, comes back, sets the deals in motion to get...
Right, there was that one general guy who went down to the ranch, had a personal experience that he said was especially for him. He goes back and says, all right, we can go over there now. Go ahead, give him the deal. Remember that story? I forget the guy's name, but oh my God, I don't even know what that personal encounter was. But from what I remember, he never told anybody what happened to him. I think it was something that was personal, like maybe somebody, maybe a ghost or a demon or whatever came up and said, hey, you do some research here, you know, something like that. Or maybe it shouted out a couple of his relatives' dead names. I don't know. Whatever it was, this guy went there, had the experience almost immediately, turned around, goes back to the office, signs off on the deal. The rest is, as they say, histoire. Unbelievable. What is AAWSAP, by the way? John lays it out here for us.
To it, but it's important nonetheless. This was the statement of objectives. This was essentially what AAWSAP was all about. This also is from that version 3 document. No mention of paranormal, no mention of, UFOs or anything in that genre. It was all about looking at advanced aerospace technology and forward looking into the 40 years into the future, looking at various lift, propulsion, so on and so forth, on how things essentially could progress. And that's what this was.
Oh, wait a second. Look at this. The Acquisition Support Division, DWO3 of the Defense Intelligence Agency, has the responsibility to provide guidance and oversight of the Department of Defense acquisition process, along with leveraging the DoD intelligence community to coordinate, produce, and maintain projections of the future threat environment in which U.S. air, naval, ground, space, missile defense, and information systems operate, in order to accurately assess the foreign threat to U.S. weapons systems. A complete as possible understanding of potential breakthrough technology applications employed in future aerospace weapon systems must be obtained. Objective: one aspect of the future threat environment involves advanced aerospace weapon systems applications. The objective of this program is to understand the physics and engineering of these applications as they apply to the foreign threat out of the far term. For example, from now through the year 2050, primary focus is on breakthrough technologies and applications that create discontinuities in current evolving technology trends. The focus is not on extrapolations. Translation: it's China. They were worried. I'm telling you, these guys were worried about China then. I'm telling you, of course they were always worried about China. But man, I can't get away from this China thing. I just can't. I don't know why. How Lakatsky got involved.
Now here's kind of a timeline of events. Some points are review, some points are new, but this is how it all unfolded. March of 2007, Lakatsky read Hunt for the Skinwalker.
By the way, Lakatsky's the guy who ran AAWSAP, by the way. He's the one that said AATIP isn't what you think it is. Elizondo wasn't who he said he was, and they didn't get the funding, they didn't deal with the public, and so on.
The next month, Lakatsky meets in the Defense Warning Office with Jonathan Axelrod, believed to be just a nickname.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
To talk about tales of the paranormal. He is within, the DWO was within the DIA, or Defense Intelligence Agency. Axelrod takes the book to Iraq while deployed. Somehow that, gets the ball in motion that all of this was, real. June 19, 2007, Lekatsky writes to Robert Bigelow on DIA letterhead to ask to visit his ranch. Now, remember when I told you to put a pin in that Dr. Putoff quote? And then later, Elizondo had a 2007 start date for AAWSAP. That was all June of 2007 when they said that it started.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm so stupid. It was Lekatsky had the paranormal experience seeing unearthly technology device. Yep, that's it. Within 60 minutes of being on the property, he had a paranormal experience seeing unearthly technological device. But he said that it was for him, though. I remember him saying that. He said that it had silently appeared out of nowhere in the adjacent kitchen. It looked to be a complex, semi-opaque, yellowish tubular structure.
So is this the start of AAWSAP? Did they already start putting money towards Bigelow? Did they already choose him? Why are multiple key players involved, saying 2007? Contract wasn't awarded until more than a year later. And according to, reports, they weren't aware of it. They were just the lucky bidder. So how did all that happen and how is it connected? Not really sure, but it was.
He's not sure. We're almost done. In a few minutes, we're running a little bit behind on that, but 107.20, I like what he says here.
So was this the same thing that they're trying to keep it secret, or is there another layer here that we haven't really understood? But AAWSAP was not involved. It should be noted, however, that this does kind of coincide with the Pentagon's explanation that AATIP was the overall program, and the portion that was contracted out was known as AAWSAP. Now, according to Lekatsky, AAWSAP was the program, AATIP was kind of a nickname, and then when you talk to Luis Elizondo, AAWSAP was a DIA program, and AATIP was a DoD program.
Who do you believe? This is why I don't like what I've been hearing for the last couple of years. And I understand it. Look, hey, man, I get it. You want to keep the country safe. You want to keep the world safe. You want to keep everybody in check. So let's just say it's aliens. We'll throw the scent off of China and we'll act like we're actually looking for UAPs. Now, at the same time, you got fighter pilots that are seeing these UAPs all the time, and they're reporting them, and you know what happened a few years ago, that the Navy was allowing pilots to report UAPs without being reprimanded for doing so, without being looked at as, a whack job. So a lot of things progressed for, the Navy, the government, or whatever. Anything that's in the government. I don't buy it. I think, why all of a sudden would we start trusting the government? You know what I mean?
Up this program from 1972 called Project Outgrowth. It was headed by a Franklin B. Meade and run through the Air Force Rocket Propulsion Laboratory. In essence, they were looking at major propulsion developments that may occur in the next 30 to 40 years. It was a forward-looking program, very much like AAWSAP, and essentially what they were looking for were advancements in propulsion, one of the same exact angles of study for AAWSAP, and how it may progress over the next 30 to 40 years. Ironically, AAWSAP was labeled as through the next 40 years. Do the math from 1972, you're looking at about 35 years or so after Project Outgrowth that AAWSAP was essentially conceived and born out. So it's a very interesting, maybe just a coincidence correlation that this program preceded AAWSAP, was very much looking at very similar things and had a very similar time frame of 40 years looking into the future. You'll see number 9 here in the 1970s program was looking at actually how you can propel a ship using your mind, or psychokinesis. They labeled it as movement of objects by mental forces, although recent developments indicate small objects may be propelled by this technique. Too much basic research is needed before this method can be considered for propulsion applications. So they were looking at incredibly fringe areas of science as well. And
so you can watch the rest. There's only about 20 minutes left of that because I didn't have time to get the rest of it, but I listened to it. And, you know, they talks about Eric Davis, which I think I can get into. We can come back to this after the giveaway, but, you know, it's time to do that. You know what I'll do? We've got Shane Rodriguez with a $10 PayPal and $21 or $20 from Darren B, $20 PayPal. And I'm going to read all the names now because we are going to do the giveaway. So let me get some music for you guys here. But that's it. The AAWSAP, AATIP, I mean, there's so much confusion going on with that. At this point in my life, it's just like the Admiral Wilson files. I don't give a fudge about it anymore. I really don't. I could care less. I'm not talking AAWSAP, AATIP anymore. It's done. Finito. There's no reason for me to do it anymore. Ever. 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 Thank you, John Greenwald. All right. Get a little background music going here. So it is time now for the Goof On giveaway from Gypsy Jewelers, Tina Mobley and Rich Giordano. Today you have entered yourself into a drawing where you can gather up these prizes in one big bag. Ready? Could you win that? All right. So I'm going to put the names in the hat. Let me lower this a little bit in my ear. All right. So these are the names that I have. We have stopped taking all entries. So if you do anything now, you got a couple minutes maybe to add something if you want. I've got Dorothy Hawkins with 1 ticket. William Bridges with 2 tickets. Andy Gambino with 2 tickets. Mike Johnson with 1 ticket. Robert Morgan, 1 ticket. Tina Mobley with 1 ticket for Coral Ann. Threxbox, 1 ticket. Samantha Morris, 2 tickets. Marvin Dale Ikens Jr. with 1 ticket and AL Warrior 1 ticket. Darren, 4 tickets. And Shane Rodriguez, 2 tickets. So I am now going to get those names ready because I didn't get them set up yet. I just wanted to say everything just so if anybody had any discrepancies, you could let me know. Maybe you could let Coral Ann know or one of my mods while I write up all these tickets. This will only take me a minute. And while this is going on, I am going to play a video from Third Phase of Moon. I'm going to bring it on over because why not? Remember, outside of the U.S., we'll pay for half the shipping. You have to pay for half. Sorry about that. But here's a video from Third Phase of Moon about a week ago. I never played it here.
Steady and following this thing.
But I played this video, but it's almost over.
Really great, legit UFO video.
And I'll be back with the names, and we'll do the drawing in 3 to 4 minutes.
This.
Oh, shit. You getting it, or is it a comet?
So the video, we're watching it again, and I'm putting a little bit of brightness contrast here. I'm getting a close-up look at it. This email was submitted to me by Jamie Lee earlier this morning, and he says late last night, Tuesday, he's a technical worker. He's in Mansfield, Ohio, and he was talking to a sheriff deputy in a parking lot, and he sees something in the sky. He says it's unidentified, and then he says the video doesn't do it justice, but the tail didn't look like any kind of typical atmospheric burn, and there was what appeared to be electrical sparks. He says he can see it better with their own eyes, but he says he can see faint red and blue lights on and in front of it. He's saying he's not sure what he's seen, but it definitely wasn't organic. He thinks this was definitely mechanical, something burning up in the sky. Good stuff here. Again, could there be some kind of UFO that kind of burned up, or more space junk coming out of the skies? There's a lot of junk up there, and that could be it. But this is incredible stuff, and I'm glad this guy had his camera talking to a deputy sheriff and captured this. Now let's get to the next video. Check this out.
OVNI impacta exactamente. ¿Qué horas son? 5:53. OVNI impacta. OVNI impacta. Se registra OVNI impacta. Aquí estamos en la subida de TP.
Almost done.
Estamos en la subida de TP, estamos aquí esperando y se ha detectado un OVNI. Estamos acá con las bellezas. Allá está el OVNI. Este es el OVNI, ya se va desapareciendo ahí.
So we want to thank the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 for allowing us permission from this incredible video that he found on the internet. And he's given us a little bit of background of the story behind it. Again, he says it was at dawn, and it was in the little city of Paita. And he says the strange visitor appeared at about 5:53 this morning and flew over Paitino airspace for about a few seconds. It was quick. In the industrial zone of Buenos Aires City, waiting to charter their vehicles, noticed the fact that something was going on, and the incident left people in astonishment. What are we looking at here? I'm gonna have to roll out that it's the sun or a barge lit up. I'm trying to get my head around this. Brent, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, we've seen these submissions recently at Third Phase of Moon, these cigar-shaped craft that just hover over the sky in ports. It's curious what's going on. It is a phenomenon, and this is a great capture, and I want to thank the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 for getting this to us, and this one's actually breaking the internet a little bit, so we're glad to share this.
Absolutely. Good stuff here coming in. And let me tell you, the panel is strong. We have Dr. J. Andy Elias, who invited us on his show today, along with all the panel members from Third Phase of Moon.
All right. Let me get the music back. We are ready. That is too short of a song. So let's try this. We are ready for this. Come on, everybody. Where is it? This one. All right. Let's get this ready. There's going to be one winner. I want to show you the goods. Everything's in here. All the names. All right. And I'm going to shake it up. There's nothing in my hands. I am not a magician. This is all legit. I'm tapping the bottom here. Every name has been in here. It's been cut up. This is totally legit. I promise. The bottom of my heart. All right. We now have a drawing going on for... Come on, Rich. I've got to put it out there for this. Okay? Let's make it nice. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm shuffling them still. Here we go. I already got a name. It is I can't believe it. Shane Rodriguez. Dude, that's awesome. Shane Rodriguez is the winner, if you can see it in my dirty finger. It's there. It's Shane Rodriguez. Shane Rodriguez, everybody. Cool, man. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Halloween grab bag. You just won an organza drawstring gift bag with one glow-in-the-dark goof-on organite pop socket, amethyst, turquoise, and peridot. One glow-in-the-dark goof-on organite pendant, selenite crystals, amzonite, pink and green tourmaline crystals, and peridot. One mixed agate and hematite planet bracelet, 7 inches unstretched, will fit 6 to 8 inch wrist. Congratulations to Shane Rodriguez. You are the winner. Thank you very much for playing. Congratulations. Ladies, thank you very much. He appreciates it. Yeah, I know. Hold on. We've got something for Shane, a little extra, because you are the winner. This is the winning song, of course. That's right. What are they? The Crop Circle song from Greg Brown, everybody. Shane Rodriguez is our winner.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
I don't know. Hey!
What are they?
Everybody!
Why are they?
What do they mean?
What do they mean?
Whisper mode. What do they mean? What are they, Greg Brown?
Are they harbingers of world change?
Huh?
These secrets in the field.
Oh, what are they?
Are they harbingers of world change?
Maybe.
These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Secrets in the fields.
Greg Brown, everybody. Shane Rodriguez, the winner.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they?
What do they mean?
What do they mean?
What are they? Why are they?
Why are they?
What do they mean?
Where the hell's my lighter?
What do they mean? Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change?
All right. What are they? Congratulations, Shane. Oh, there's the lighter. It's underneath everything. All right, I'm going to take a celebratory bump here. Hold on. Hey.
Secrets in the fields. Secrets in the fields.
Oh, that's a good one. Congratulations, everybody. We've got more show for you tonight. It's not over. Hell no, it ain't over. By the way, Shane, if you want, Send me the address you want that to go to, and I'll send it over to Tina Mobley, and she'll get it out, you know, real soon. That's that. That's cool, man. Hey, we've had somebody different win, except for those first 2 times. I think it was Mystic something. I can't remember. Well, as you know, this show talks about the daily things that happen on Twitter and thereabouts. Now, with that being said, I hate Twitter. But there's so much stupidity there, I can't let it go. Well, now here's a sighting that was from Lake Michigan. And this was put on Twitter from Alien Gray. I don't know. Take a look at this in 5, 4, 3, 2, and a goosh. It's a plane, it's a bug, it's a tic-tac. It's a bird, it's a drone. That's an airplane. Now, I know you don't believe me, but there's some tomfoolery going on here because it's a little blurred out. It's not a perfectly sharpened picture here. I did see flashing lights. If you didn't see it, you just don't know how to look for it. Check it out. Don't you see the flashing lights? You can see it right on this side. On the left. Watch it again. On the left side, top left almost. But Rich, where's the tail and the other wings? Well, because of the angle of this and that it's out of focus, you won't be able to see it that well. But there's a little nodule sticking out here, which tells me this is a bright reflection off of an airplane, probably with some whitish paint, reflecting the sun. Even if the paint was blue, it would still reflect the light. I know, right? But that's all this is. And you can't see the other wing, but it's there. I promise you. Now, if I'm wrong, we aren't seeing that type of, I want to see this tic-tac go left, right, straight up, straight down, 10,000 miles an hour, make a 90-degree turn. But no, we don't have it. And because it's a little blurry, every now and then you'll see a flash of light because it's really the wing that's a little bit out of focus. Oh, God, I can't stand these videos. All right, I spend too much time on it. Next, let's go to Twitter. Okay. So Red Rum Joe, you know Joe Merja, snooze alert guy, not as smart as he thinks he is. I'm not as smart as I think I am. See? I'm not. But here's what he says. He's talking about Grant Cameron. He says, and Skinwalker Ranch. What Grant doesn't tell you is there are people who didn't bring a spirit of contention or negativity to the ranch and still got injured. One such person is ranch superintendent Tom Winterton. So apparently, if you go to the ranch, see, this is what they were saying. Grant was thinking that if you go to the ranch with negativity all around you, you know, if you didn't bring a spirit of contention. Wait, what? No, it's backwards. Oh, no, I'm right. Yeah, Grant doesn't say that. So even if you don't have any negativity, you're not into Satan and all that, you're still going to get hurt. And that's what happened to Tom Winterton. Remember what happened to him? It was like his brain, his skull got longer on one side. Remember that? Or thicker, or it kind of like bubbled out and he was having bad headaches. Right? Your skull is nice and round, but his, you know, it was round, but it had a little bubble that was it was like his head was being ripped apart. I don't know what it's from. We don't know if he already had that. But Grant says, this is what Grant said. I have noticed on a number of occasions, people who bring negativity to the ranch, that bring a spirit of contention or negativity, end up experiencing it. The ranch seems to be reflexive. No, it's not. At least to respond in a very dynamic way to spirituality or psychology of those who enter. That ranch don't care what you believe in. It's taking you out with or without your spirit of contention. From Christopher Mellon today, NASA, DOD, and the intelligence community all have overlapping interests when it comes to the UAP issue. It's an unexpected pleasure to see these organizations aligning and taking the issue seriously. Aww. Yeah, right. It's an illusion. It's all bullshittery. There's nothing happening. NASA, Bill Nelson is a joke. That guy doesn't give a shh about anything. Nobody's going to do anything, and especially Avi Loeb. Can we talk about Avi Loeb for a second? Because Alien Scientist doesn't think that Avi Loeb will... Yeah, he said this to me. Like, why would a guy who works at Harvard lie about the evidence that he'd be getting if he was to put up these telescopes all over the world, looking into space, trying to find flying saucers? You hear me? Avi Loeb wants to put telescopes all around the world, look all the way across the universe, and try to see if they can find UFOs. It's hard enough to find a planet. Now you're talking you want to find little ships? Oh, they're not little ships. They're big ships, size as planet. No. Yes. No. No. Yeah. No. Ha. It's not going to happen. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And yeah, Avi Loeb is like you. He's like me. He's like that guy sitting next to you. That lady all the way across the street. People lie because they don't want to look like losers. So they make it up. How can they make it up? It has to be corroborated by 3 other telescopes. But the objects will be moving because they're UFOs, right? And they're going to have a hard time verifying that stuff unless they're parked out there around the planet's orbit. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to look for parked UFOs around planets that we don't even know if they have life, liberty, or the American way. A message from Channel 3. Bullshit. I don't like it. People lie. People want funding. That's all Avi Loeb wants. He wants another career because when he's going to be done at Harvard, because they're going to kick his ass out, you'll see. You'll see. You watch. Watch. I know it. I'm calling it. Hey, Mick West. I love me a Mick West review. He says a great example of how a plane can look like a tic-tac when far away. He says, this is Delta 2474. Nick, filmed out of United 267 on October... Nick. I said Mick, not Nick. No, October 17th, 2021. I was just trying to help, Richard. So Nick is saying... Nick, oh, your mother's ass. You see what you did to me, Pope? I worked at the... Shut up! The MOD. A tic-tac UFO was filmed from a passenger plane. No, it's Delta 2474. Now let's see what people say. Certainly looks like the closing speed of 2 aircraft passing each other. Can you link the FR-24 data you were using to confirm this? Isn't this great? Oh! He does a debunk.
In 2017, a Navy pilot was widely reported as describing a UFO he saw as a big tic-tac.
And a white, 40-foot long, tic-tac shaped object.
This description caught on, and numerous sightings since then have been described as tic-tacs, when they might in the past have been described as cigar-shaped or oval. One of these tic-tac sightings from June last year was recently recycled on UFO Twitter. I tried to explain it was just a plane, but some people thought that the fact that it seemingly had no wings and was moving oddly behind trees proved it was not a plane.
You can even see the wings pop out in a frame. That's what happened.
So to illustrate what was happening here, I waited for a suitable plane. Here's Alaska Flight 2425. Firstly, the lack of wings. If we zoom in on the video, we can see there are actually no visible wings.
Oh my goodness.
But if we get a better camera and zoom in, we can see that there actually are wings.
Oh no.
You just can't see them in the phone video because of the low resolution and the use of digital zoom. Wings are nearly always in shadow, so they fade into the sky far quicker than the brightly lit fuselage. Secondly, the odd movement. This is camera movement.
It's parallax.
If there's trees nearby and you are filming a plane, then it will eventually go behind a tree. To keep it in shot, you move the camera. This makes the plane move relative to the tree.
There, he took a step to the right.
This effect can be compounded by digital zoom, which applies image stabilization to the video, keeping the tree from moving around in some portions of the shot, and enhancing the illusion that the plane is rapidly moving around. Since this plane here has a contrail, we know it's not rapidly moving around, and the tree certainly isn't, so all this motion comes from the camera. Of course, not having the contrail just makes the illusion even more apparent. Here's a small plane at 10,000 feet. Here's the shot with the big camera. Note the wings are dark as they are in shadow. Here's the iPhone video on full digital zoom. I'm moving the camera and the camera is stabilizing, so it's minimizing the movement of the tree, creating a very dramatic apparent motion for the plane that you could easily be forgiven for thinking was some kind of advanced technology craft.
Thank you, everybody. That was awesome. I played that whole video, didn't give a shit. That is what we call debunk. Unbelievable. Oh, did you hear about, speaking of the Black Vault, him and Eric Davis are having a Twitter war. Red Rum Joe says March 2001, Eric Davis, why all the secrecy? Also, he's summarizing what Kit Green said about Roswell, the bodies, the crash retrieval program, briefings, and Santilli alien autopsy film, and alleged alien landings in 52 or 53, 64, and 84. The thing is, do that tomorrow? Yeah, we'll do this tomorrow. Because I just put it together at the last second. I want to get more information on it. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. Shh. Oh, check this out. Andrew Pierce says a great video about growing pressure for public hearings on UFO, UAP. Let's see. I haven't watched it.
Imagine everything you've been taught about who you are. What if all of that turned out to be not entirely accurate? In fact, the very history of our species, the meaning, what it means to be a human being and our place in this universe.
Is that Luke?
What if all that is now in question? What if it turns out that a lot of the things that we thought were one way aren't? Are we prepared to have that honest question with ourselves? What if it turns out that there's another species is even higher on that ladder than we are? There's going to come a point in this conversation where we're going to have to do a lot of reconciling with ourselves. Do we find ourselves in a situation where history may have to be rewritten?
It's the biggest question of all. For millennia, human beings have looked up into the sky and asked the question, are we alone in the universe?
I've never had this conversation publicly. Literally a game changer.
We are at a turning point in human history.
I ain't even talked about the search for extraterrestrial life. We're looking for life. This is a part of NASA's mission. Now, I know what you're seeing is what the...
I know what you're seeing is like what? I don't know what that is. That is from... It's a documentary that's coming out, obviously. Let me go to the end of it and see if I can...
As Navy pilots saw...
Demand UAP... What? What is that? Watch. Come on, open it up. Yeah, don't forget to contact your congressperson, your senator. Look, I tried that. They don't get back to me. They don't pick up the phone. I leave message after message. I've done it several times since that one day on the show, but they don't get back. Why? Well, you know why. Because they don't know anything. I'm going to contact my congressperson and say, we need more transparency on UFOs. How can you help me out? I don't know what to say. What do you say? Hey, congressperson, when you see a video about UAPs, not UFOs, UAPs, and they're going to say, what's a UAP? That's when I hang up. If they don't know what a UAP is, then there's no way they're going to help support disclosure. By the way, that's just a ruse. Contact your congressperson. Can I tell you why? They want us to think that we're helping. They want us to think that we're part of disclosure. It's just getting our minds off of what's really going on. That ruse is China, that other threat. That other threat. We can't sit here and stand idly by, which is why I want to go to the Capitol, just like Anjali did. I'm doing it. Same thing. I want them to see me. I want people to see that we're serious as researchers, as people who are in the field, experiencers like you, me, and everybody here. And for those of you who haven't experienced anything, it's because you're not spending a lot of time outside looking up or focusing on it. I know. Maybe you live in a shitty place. That does happen. There are hot spots. I just don't know how Florida is a hot spot. You can't see shit out here. But Arizona is a hot spot, and I saw some things. And some of those things repeated themselves over the years. While other things, with camera advancements and better technology, I was able to debunk and see what they were, just like we saw with the video that Mick West just did. Better camera, better results. Real camera, not a phone, real results. Do not use a cell phone and call yourself a UFO hunter or whatever, because you're not. You might as well throw that camera out. You can use it, but you better have a regular camera beside you. Preferably two, high 8 and a new digital camera. I still use my high 8. I still use mine. But let's not fake it. If China doesn't make sense, I don't know what else to tell you. To me, it does. We've got Tic Tacs, apparently. I've never seen them. Okay? And only 4-5 people have come out and said they saw the Tic Tac. You notice no other reports have been coming out since. Look, what Jeremy showed us, Jeremy Corbell from 2019, is not a UFO. Both of those things he showed, the bokeh and the one falling in the water, I think is a flare. Neither showed magnificent maneuvers, nothing like that. Just casually floating by while lights flickered, just like Mick West proved, commercial airline. It's a joke. Why show us that crap? And they're trying to tell us they're swarming the Russell. And they show us 2 stars and a commercial airliner. And Jeremy's calling it a pyramid. Why lie? Because it's disinformation. It makes sense now. It's made sense for a while. Been saying it for a couple of years. That I thought it was us. I thought we had that technology. But I think it's Russia. As a matter of fact, I'd bet most of my life it's Russia. I'm sorry. I gotta go. It's China, 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 China. It is. It's China. China. No Russia. It could be Russia. Did you know Russia also did some hypersonic tests? Not recently. Yeah. China's been doing them for a while. 20 years. A while. Easily 20 years. They have leapfrogged us. They stole. Now, I say they stole technology ideas from us, so why don't we have a rocket that can go around the world in an hour? We've done a few tests that failed within minutes. You would think we would have the tic-tac technology. Well, I don't have any proof that it is us. Okay? I also don't have any proof it's China. But if China has the technology to have a hypersonic missile not fall apart and go around the world in an hour and miss its target by about 24 miles, which, not bad, but yeah, you want to be at least within a mile, I would think, if you're going to be dropping those kind of weapons. It really makes sense to me. Now, I don't know what announcement that's coming anywhere between now and Thanksgiving. It may be a technological announcement that'll propel us 20 years in the future. You know, not time travel. Come on. I mean, technologically wise, I don't think that's going to happen either. And if it is something that's technological, it's a weapon. How does that help us? When are they going to show shit that helps you and I? Huh? I mean, TVs and phones and a fast computer and a drone, love them all. Love them. But that's not par for the course anymore, guys. I want to see aliens. I want to see real UFOs. And I think we deserve it. We deserve it. What is this? Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, nah. Nah. You know, there's some sightings I was going to show you tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these sightings on Third Phase UFO Report tonight because I'm doing part 2. Because I did part 1. Did I show? I showed it, right? This was sent to me by Dorothy. I got to show this to you before I forget. We're going a little longer tonight, folks. Sorry. I mean, if you can't stay, I get it. But, you know, we're still working. We're still working. Not much longer, though. Check this out. This is the Jetson 1. It's called the Jetson 1. It's a flying car. And I think it goes about 50 miles an hour. But check it out. I can't play it too long. Wow. Come on, man. Woo. That's all right. Nice. Oh, man. Wow. Dude. Is that cool or what? Man, but where do you put your phone? I mean, wait, go flying out the window? That's badass. That is just beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, Post Disclosure World had a question. Do haters think that if those they hate disappeared, they'd suddenly become more successful. So if I wished Jeremy Corbell would disappear, I would have more success? How does that factor in anything? Then he says, that's definitely not how it works. Consequently, energy and focus channeled to hate is energy wasted. Life is short. Use it, don't abuse it. So I said, what does it matter? If a hater's hater disappeared, whatever, they'd become more successful? And I said that. If Jeremy Corbell left ufology and filmmaking, I would be more successful? Who's saying they will be successful if their hated person disappears? And then I said another no answer is expected as usual because he never answers. Anytime you show him up like that, no answer. He doesn't like to... I'm not going to talk to that guy because everybody in Twitter, UFO Twitter, said don't talk to him. It's true. It's true. You know how that makes me feel? Weird. It's weird. They don't answer me. None of them. I can't figure it out why. I mean, what are they afraid of? They're not just going to waste time with somebody as all they do is hate, hate, hate. I'm like, you know what? You're the ones who hated. I'm a really nice person when I go there because I know how they are, you know? So when I say, hey man, Travis Walton is a liar, do some research, they turn around and say hateful things. And that happened when I first started GoofOn. If you remember, somebody said they wanted to fight me, and somebody from UFO Twitter, they were getting abusive. And then Dave Scott steps in and says to leave me alone. Rich isn't a bad guy type of shit. And I'm like, do you know how hard it was for me to get these people to talk to me, and now you're telling them not to talk to me? It's for your own good. I'm like, dude, you don't get it. And ever since then, they don't reply. I've had a few replies from Red Rum Joe, one from Danny Silva, and I just tore him up, made him look stupid. Remember when we were all on Grant Cameron's show? And then as soon as I left, they started attacking me. They didn't attack me when I was there. As soon as I left, they started to attack me. And then they attacked Dave instead. Nice guys. See, that's what I don't understand about Dave. He always likes to make everything nice, and he winds up talking to these people and calming them down and, oh, why do you want people hating you? I'm like, it's not that I want them hating me. I want them liking me. You're going about it all wrong. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I left the show. They attacked me, then you. Why did you go back to be their friends? Well, I like to take the high road and try to work things out. No reason we should argue. Yes, there is a reason. It's called debating. It's called not giving in. It's called standing up for what you believe in. There was more than one reason why I'm not around that camp anymore. Okay? It has to do with belief system too, man. Half of it was what they believed in. Or he. It's just, I can't suck up to somebody that doesn't believe what I believe in. And after debunking them and showing them, you show them evidence. Like Mick West shows them evidence every time. Like this thing with the airplane, he's going to get a lot of hate for it. But he's proven it, right? He's proven what it is. It's exactly what he said. There's more to it. He didn't show everything, but there's more to it. Being slightly out of focus, you know, and having a shitty phone. This whole world we live in is this whole ufology world. If you look at AAWSAP and AATIP tonight, it's all confused. Even John Greenwald, the guy who's in it more than anybody, says, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't have an answer because the lies just keep compounding and they never stop. And all of UFO Twitter, except for 10 to 15%, believes what Elizondo is saying. Wouldn't you like to walk into a bar and everybody knows your name? It's why I love coming here. Thank God I've got people like you. Everybody who's showed support for the show, even just showing up and coming back and continuing to support the show, speaks volumes to them. We need to grow to show them that we're not going to stay small and hide in a corner and let them run everything. We've got to fight against those UFO Twitter people with everything. And not only them, sadly, people from our own generation growing up, Pope, Dolan, Linda Moulton Howe, all those people, they all have marks. They all have that traitor mark. They're traitors. Because they perpetuated and tried to convince people of hoaxes and charged money for it. Those were people I looked up to. Those were the people I thought I could trust. And yet, people want to attack us. Attack me. They attack because they're scared. They don't want to know the truth. They don't like the truth. They definitely do not have a sense of humor. You may think you see them laughing and enjoy. They're not happy unless we're miserable. Believe me, it's the do as I say, not as I do club. And I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be on your lists. I don't care about getting an award. I don't care about being a podcaster. I don't care if I'm playing radio. One thing I know I can count on is me. And you too. You can count on me too. Because there hasn't been shit that shows that I'm a hoaxer, a liar, a cheater. And there never will be. Thank God. With that being said, I have to thank everybody tonight who played along and showed up. The super chatters, the moderators do a lot of work. Thank you very much for all you do. Hey, Christmas is around the corner. There might be $1 or $2 and maybe a raise. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything you all do. Thank you. Also, the newcomers and the veterans, right? Having a little chat, a little bit of fun in the chat room. I appreciate that. Come back if you like the show. If you don't like it, you don't have to come back. That's called freedom. But we like the truth. So come back if you like the truth. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I got a notification that sounded like a bell. No? No bell. Nobel Prize. I don't know. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining Goof On tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on YouTube. I'm Rich Giordano for Goof On. Don't forget to go to Third Phase UFO Report in about 3 hours. See you tomorrow, because we bring truthology to ufology. That's it. Good night.